Wow. Hey guys, welcome to another episode. I got to be honest, I wasn't going to make a video today. I'm really tired, and as such, I don't think I'm going to edit this one too much. But after reading more than 250 comments on the last video, I felt pretty compelled to check in with you, because I feel like I know you all that much better and what you've been through, because a lot of you are frankly down on your top shot luck, and it's the time to share that. And I wanted to share my story with you. And I've made previous videos about my biggest mistakes on Top Shot, but I think you've shared so much with me at the moment that I just thought I would make a video, share something. I'm not going to edit it. There's going to be no Reggie or anything like that. So I'm just going to quickly make this video and talk about what we're going to do about this, because a lot of you have shared your stories and you've been slightly burnt financially, and that has real world, real life implications on some of you have diverted funds for actual things that you need in real life for this as an investment, more than a hobby, and it's turned into something else entirely. And now it's possibly about recovery, and I'm going to talk a little bit about quicksand, and I'm going to talk a little bit about my mistakes. First of all, I got to shout out Dionysio. He said that a shout out would mean the world to him, and that's the very least I can do, give you a shout out. So I'm not going to announce any winners today. There's too many, and that like system I spoke about, that's not going to work, because no one else except for me needs to scroll through 250 comments of all of these stories that you guys have shared. I have read them all. I haven't written a comment in reply to them all, but I have absolutely read them all. So thank you for that. I didn't expect it. The other thing I didn't expect was the kindness of other people paying it forward and doing what I was trying to do, a very good thing for the rest of you that are down on your Top Shot luck. And I've got to credit Eric Dodge, Little Sebastian on Top Shot. He's given me 2 moments towards this giveaway, both Lamellos. Clearly you love Lamello, so drop a comment in this video if you do nothing else. Say thank you, Eric, because this giveaway, this whole thing is likely his credit, because if he hadn't gifted the first Lamello to me for the 2K giveaway when I was sitting at about 1.5 thousand subs, so he did this well in advance. He paid it forward before anyone else. I don't know, I might not have even done a giveaway at 2K. And now, thanks to the generosity of him, he has inspired me and at least 15 others to gift to me, which is going to go straight to 15 of you guys at least. And I'll throw in a couple as well. So to everyone who has donated, massive thanks. Asian Boy, Watch on YouTube for Free, Alex Winters, Shabs, Lockie the Aussie, Lockie the Aussie. C Maximus 24 has given me 2. I didn't notice that before actually recording right now. Cozy Hoser, Rowdy Rod. These are great. Fraser Saga has given me 2 as well. I'm so sorry. I didn't even notice. It's not just Eric. So shout out to these guys in the comments, the guys that have doubled up on moments and sent some good stuff. And Asian Boy at the top, he also sent an MGLE Bogdan Bogdanovic. It's worth $100 odd right now. So talk about paying it forward. I mean, I did not expect that. Back to the list, Fraser Saga, he sent me 2. Iton 96, Pat Mack, and of course Eric Dodge. So, I mean, you guys, I will do it justice. I will give it to worthy winners, and there's likely 200 worthy winners. So I'm probably going to get some sort of software to fairly distribute these moments to you guys and hopefully change some of your luck. But this turned into something completely different, because when I started this as a thought. I actually quite nervous about it. I didn't think it would work. I was like, what can I do that's different, but maybe fun, but also what's needed? And I haven't heard anyone say it's a bad idea. So, and clearly, with people donating moments to this cause to change some of your luck, I'm glad. I'm glad it's going to make a difference to at least 15 odd more people. So that's awesome. I wanted to share a story of mine. This is my LeBron James 4-digit look away 3-pointer. And it's significant for me because it reminded me a lot of your stories in that, Top Shot was blowing up and people got bold. And this was that for me. I dabbled in January, barely logged in, didn't muck around with it too much. But I had looked at this moment, and Brian Windhorst's article came out. Top Shot started to get national media attention. People were talking about what are NFTs, what's Dapper doing with NBA. And I've noticed this moment was going up and up and up, and I identified it probably at around 250. And then the next day it was 300. I tried to pay for it, couldn't do it because it was competitive. Things were exploding, failed transactions. I was trying to use a credit card. I had no Dapper. And it would fail at 250, and then I saw it at 350. I was like, that's just going and going and going. I got to get it. 350 failed. The next day, I think I got it at 450 or 460, something like that. Around about here, say February 18, I want to say. And I felt really good about that decision. I was proud of myself. I was bold. I believed in it, and it's kept going up. My moment, my lowest ask, I want to say I saw it at $2,500. My account from investment to moment worth 6x'd. And I remember people at work hating me that, they were investing in stocks and doing all this sort of stuff. And in 2 weeks, I turned $1,000 into $6,000. So I felt pretty good about myself. When you are in a wave, low tide or high tide, it's really hard to identify. And I even found that hard with, example, Anthony Edwards in the Throwdown Pack. When he was fluctuating, he was really hard to identify. At one point, he was heading right down to $250. And then the next thing you know, he's pumping at $450. And it was just a completely different bounce. And it was really hard to identify. What was hard to identify on this in late February was this was a spike and a perfect storm. Not enough moments for the fluctuation of new users that the national media drove into Top Shot, and that interest that they weren't ready for at all. So what happened? Well, everyone swallowed it up, and ever since then, and this moment kind of reflects the market in general. Today it's selling, it's sold for as low as $330, maybe even a little bit lower. Let's see what I can find. Yeah, $330 is what I can find here. I'm currently sitting at $100 loss on this moment, and it's significant to me because it represented something in my journey of Top Shot, and it represents a decent little chunk of my account, which I'm still not regretting investing in it. Long term, I still believe in it. But what I'm talking about when I try to say that I struggled to identify something in that we were in a high in late February was, if I sold that then at $350 now, I could be buying back a lot of them, and I would have been playing a lot of games, Hollow Icon, silly challenges. I could have been doing a lot of things. And I watched that thing, still am watching that moment, the LeBron 3, go down and down and down, almost out of stubbornness, waiting for it to be good for me. And, I still believe in it long term. It's probably one of the coolest moments on Top Shot. So I do think it will recover above my cost price, which is, again, around $450. But it was hard to admit that when it comes down from 2,500 to 2,000, it's like, I've lost $500. I'm not thinking I've gained that $1,500 from the cost that I paid, I was always thinking, oh, it was Thingo. I got to wait for it to return to that. And then it went down to 1,500. Oh, I've lost $1,000. I've got to wait for it to return to that. And I was always thinking that that was the benchmark and that was the wrong thing to do. When in reality, looking at it now, any price in the green, probably even maybe $600, $100 profit. Any green, any profit is profit. That being said, this moment is one of the first I bought. The first was Ja Morant, and he's now at a loss for the first time. And I bought him in January for like $20 odd. So the journey's been really interesting. And what I wanted to talk about was quicksand. And not enough people talk about this. I think a lot of us that are watching this log in pretty much every day and check things out and see what's going on and what's the news and what's Steve saying on YouTube, which still blows my mind. But it's okay not to make a move, because what we can do is every time we log in, it's almost like you're compelled to make a move. It's like walking into a bar. Well, maybe you'll have a drink, or when in Rome. So when you're in Top Shot, there's a marketplace. And I know Top Shot wants us to be collectors. They want us to grab things, hold things that we like. And someone in the comments mentioned the bootstrapping comment I mentioned in the last video. And I think the game really is buying or doing active things in Top Shot that allow you to then get flexibility or adaptability that then allow you to buy things you actually want, that you're amped about, like for me, Steph Curry and a few Aussies, and lots of other players I like. Or when it comes playoff time, probably playoff moments that have historical context that I think will last down the years. I think we need to start thinking about, are we making our decisions based on FOMO or greed? Because that's something that we really need to identify when we're making decisions, especially right now. We are in a dip and there are really cheap moments. And don't get me wrong, if Patty Mills drops any further, I'm snapping them all up. But that's because I've actually gathered some data and I can do that. And at the same time, I'm also thinking I want to be able to afford all of the playoff packs that I can afford during these playoffs. And the playoffs are going to last for a good, 6 weeks from first round or play-in to the finals, something like that. So we've got to start thinking now, for the next 2 months, your long-term strategy, that's long-term in Top Shot, the next 2 months, what are you actually going to do? Are you going to sit on your moments, which is fine, or are you going to make sure you go to the marketplace, or are you going to make sure you can afford some of the playoff packs? I remember looking back, there's going to be, I think, another rare. There's going to be another holo icon. I don't recommend a lot of us go for that for $999. If you can afford it and it's in Dapper and you didn't liquidate your favorite moments to get it, that's a different story. But selling the farm like everyone did for the rare and the last holo icon drop for you to be there, and there's likely going to be a huge collector score needed for that. I'm not sure holo icon is the best move. So start thinking about, there is going to be a common playoff pack. We know this. There might be also a rookie holo icon pack. And we're likely going to know even more because there'll be another office hours very soon in the next couple of days. So I imagine those sort of questions will get asked about collector score and packs and things like that, and overall the marketplace, because a lot of people are down. A lot of OGs are down even and losing faith in the platform. But I think Top Shot doing an overhaul very, very soon. I think we can sort of see that with the Cool Cats Challenge, the fact that it's not been released, and it's going to be totally different this time. And I think challenges are a big... there's no incentive to do them at the moment. And I was probably a little bit... I should have been more skeptical on the Throwdown pack, I think. The median return, Greg Murray on Twitter, he's got some good stats about it. The median return was, I don't know, $100, $116 for everyone who sold all 6 of their moments, commons included, which financially doesn't make sense in that sense, but also there's an argument that you shouldn't be making decisions based on just solely on finances. It should be about collecting. And literally, my laptop right here is sitting on two massive folders of 90s cards just to prop it up. So my laptop is just below the camera. But and I never collected them thinking that it was going to be a fun investment, but I did start Top Shot thinking it was going to be a fun way to invest and make a dollar and also collect Steph Currys and all that sort of stuff. So I am still hooked on Top Shot. I do still believe in it. Between Facebook and Instagram, the NBA has about 100 million followers. If I'm running a marketing campaign, and I've said this before, and you get a 1% conversion, that's good. 1% is a million new users. Even if, like, imagine 500,000 new users and that money coming into the marketplace. I'm not saying you'll get a February boom again, but it won't hurt, that's for sure. And we'll start to see some more activity, and we'll start to see some more, well, hopefully return. And the financial dynamics will be totally different then. So again, I reiterate, and I'm rambling on because I just felt compelled to make something after 250 odd comments. I do believe in Top Shot long term still. And what I more think also is that I need to be more diligent for you, given that I've read all your stories now, and make sure that I don't give you bad financial advice, because I will never do that. I've always kind of avoided the topic. I don't say before every video, now remember, this is not constituted as financial advice, blah, 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 sitting on the fence. There is a financial aspect to this. I mean, there is. And there's also a fun aspect to this where you shouldn't expect a financial return. I don't expect any return on Joe Ingles, Patty Mills, or the inevitable bet I'm going to lose when I have to buy a Plumlee or something like that. But I do expect not to run at thousands of dollars of losses, because let's face it, I've got a wife and she'll ask questions. And she did when I bought this LeBron moment. What are you doing spending X hundred Aussie dollars on this digital card thingy? And I still haven't quite got her head around what Top Shot is. So that's a different conversation altogether. So what I'm trying to say is it's okay not to make a move, especially we need to think at least long term, Top Shot long term for the next 2 months on what you're in on and what you're out on. I would say common pack for the playoffs. You're definitely in on the common playoff pack, whatever that looks like come the time. And any probably common pack really, because you can still strike it lucky with a LeBron block or a LeBron assist, for example, or your favorite player. So any common pack I think is still, even though you might be getting 3 Plumlees in a common base pack, you can swap all 3 of them out for one player that you love, i.e. Ben Simmons for $6 or something like that. And that's also what Top Shot is all about. Buying what you like, playing the game, making moves so you can actually do the things you like, buy the things you like, or even grow your portfolio to the extent where you can get some withdrawal and buy yourself a new kid's toy or whatever you're going to do with a little boost of funds. So these are just some of my thoughts. I just wanted to thank everyone for commenting. I do feel like I know my audience that much more. I'd never, ever imagined that my silly little YouTube channel would have such an effect all around the world, even though it's like this small right now. I never, ever thought that people would be thanking me for my silly little videos with Reggie or throwing half-court shots up, because that's all it was just meant to be, a bit of fun, help people talk, and play with cameras and stuff like that I can do and I love. So that's all it was, and I didn't really realize the effect it was having on people and their real life in terms of the financial gains and losses and so on. So to all the people that have gifted moments, thank you. Your kindness is another example of this community, which is unlike any other I've ever experienced in any other niche. You are a true positive example of just awesomeness, basically. And I can't wait to be giving these moments out Obviously, I need to hold them for 7 days before they can get released out of my account due to gifting restrictions. But rest assured, other than that, I do have the requirements so I can gift away when the time is right. So that's it. This is just a ramble video today. Sorry if there's some ums and ahs, but I didn't want to edit it. It's very late here, but I felt compelled to come on, say g'day, and thank you for being here with me on this journey. And I look forward to seeing you in the next episode. See ya.